Okay, so now I show you how can to configure VTP. One switch with another switch. First I talk with the layer 2, even layer 3 same concept. I mean multi-layer same concept. So I just put a cable between them. Port number 1 with the port number 1. ENA config T interface F0/1 switch port mode trunk. Then host, I just changed the host SW01. Then now, before that, show VTP status, enter. This is a very important command to show you the default VTP, before to configure anything. My VTP mode, it is what? Server. My domain name, nil, nothing. You see, no domain name, no domain name. Also on switch 2, yes, we go to switch 2 and check. NA config T enter show VTP status, enter. You can see as well server, and mean by default my mode is server, and by default the domain is nothing, and by default the password is password. Password for what? Because I say the user, the client, when I do VLAN, sorry, the server, when I do VLAN, the client is collect the VLAN from server. But before they collect, they need to exchange username and password. Password, sorry. Hi, are you password? Yes, I am password. It's shared key. You can say shared key. By default, shared key what? Password. By default, password. Okay. Now, can I configure switch 1 as a server? Let me just change this one to host SW02. Okay, I go to switch 1. I will say here config T VTP mode server. First, how many mode I have? Just you can see how many mode I have: a client, server, and transparent. I have 3 mode. We will talking about server and the client and give you the idea for transparent as well. Okay, now I say mode server. They say we are already server, no need to put this command. Okay, so VTP domain what? CCIE, for example, enter. They change domain from nil, nothing, to the CCIE, for example. Good. After that, or before to continue, can I go here to see the domain name? Just now domain name nothing, right? But now I don't do anything, just show VTP again. Oh, the domain name is coming. Domain name is coming. So the very important notes you have to know, the domain name, it will be what? It will be duplicated, or it will be deployed to all your switches automatically. Just change it from one switch, it will be duplicated to all. Good. So I will continue. I will say VTP password VTP password Cisco. Of course, not recommended Cisco like default password, so you just change it any password. So the password is changed from password to Cisco. So mean the default password for VTP what? Password. Why I need to talk about this? Why you say this information? We will see why later. Because the password, by default, you have to know the password. Okay, I go to the client. Config T VTP mode client. See, change the client. VTP domain CCIE. He say we already CCIE, no need. VTP password Cisco. Now this is a 3 command here, 3 command over there. What the benefit? I show you the benefit. I create here VLAN 10, VLAN 20, VLAN 30. I go here in second switch and I will issue show VLAN. VLAN 10 and 20 is coming here automatically. This is the benefit. Okay, means now all the VLAN, all the configuration VLAN behind one switch. Only switch 1 can do VLAN. All the switch in my company just follow switch 1. This is the benefit. But this is benefit for what? Like centralized. They give you central. Only one switch can do VLAN. But this is good. Sometimes some company they say, no, really good. I need more flexible. I don't need centralized, for example. How can do that? I like this configure, they call what? Server to server. Server to server, very simple configure. Only one command we need. How? You have here a switch and here another switch. Switch 2, switch 1. Connected. Okay, by default, VTP, by default mode for this switch what? Server, right? By default this one what? Server. By default, what the password? Password, right? Password. I need what? I need only domain name, right? Domain name, I have some concept. If I change to any switch, he will duplicate all. So I just change the domain name here, CCMP, for example. I can see that CCMP here. So means I need only one command, only domain name. Now the question, server, if I create here VLAN 10, 20, 30, I can see here. Okay, I create here VLAN 50, 60, 70, I can see here. I delete VLAN 10, 20, 30, I can see here. Exchange between each other always. Okay? So server is very easy configure and very flexible. So how can do that as well? Very simple thing, another 2 switch and one command to check. Just I go to port number 1, for example. Okay, and I issue one command. Just I wait to I issue one command they call the command just domain name. Command just domain name. Let me config t ena config t interface f0/1 switch port mode trunk exit. Now VTP domain CCMP. Only this command I need. Why? Because both is server, both the password between them is password, then the domain name he will duplicate it automatically. Maybe you ask me, it is secure or not secure? This subject is not security subject. This subject easy to manage. He give you tools to do easy to configure. It's not for security, but some people they say, oh, server client should be secure. No. I just need to give you help, or Cisco need to give you some easy way to configure VLAN. No need to go to all your company. One switch can do that, for example. Now, domain name VLAN here. So can I check over here? Now, ENA show VTP status. So enter, you can see CCP coming here. So now I can say config t VLAN 10, 20, 30, for example. Show VLAN here. I can see 10, 20. Can I go to another switch? Same VLAN I see? Yes. Show VLAN. I can see 10, 20, 30. Also, I can create here VLAN 40, 50, 60. Okay. 60. So show VLAN here. You can see 40, 50, 60. Also, I can find it where? In another one. You can see I have 10, 20, 30 here, but show VLAN here, I can see 40, 50, 60. This is the policy between server to server. I prefer server to server because they give you a lot of option or a lot of flexible, much more flexible. Now I need to ask you with this option. This question is CCIE question, okay? I think it's easy, not very difficult. If you have you need to create, you have how many switches all connected together like this. Okay. For example, like this. This is your project. Physical connection done. Okay. Now you need to do 3 things. Very important, the basic thing for any project. Number 1, VLAN. Your boss asks you to create in this VLAN from VLAN 10 until VLAN 90. Mean 90 VLAN you need to do. VLAN 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 is around 80 VLAN. Okay, so many, right? This is number 1, the first request. Second request, they need to do VTP, server or client, whatever. And of course, finally trunk. Okay, this 3 options. My question or CCI asks you, CCI exam asks you, which one is the first, which one is the second, and which one is third. We start from our friend. What's your name, brother? Tiro. Tiro, what do you think? Which one you do first, and which one second, and which one third? If you have a project like this, of course you need to do trunk, of course VTP, of course VLAN. Which the short comment help you to create 80 VLAN with a few minutes.
Create VTP on 2 of the switches, designate them as server to server.
You mean you start with the VTP first?
Yes.
So number 2?
Once you've created the VTP, create server to server.
Okay.
Once you've created server to server, create a trunk.
Trunk, then VLAN.
Trunk, then you create VLAN.
Okay, means VTP trunk VLAN. VTP trunk VLAN. Brother, any idea?
Okay, I try to do this. This one is one switch.
Okay.
One as a server.
Okay.
The balance switch is client.
Okay, good. You mean VTP first, and the after that what? Trunk, then VLAN. Then VLAN to follow you all. Good, brother. The master switch. Yeah. Trunk, VTP trunk, VLAN first. What do you think? VTP first. You don't know. Any? Okay. Brother. VTP. Then trunk, then VLAN. Brother. Same. But at the morning you take me photo. Can you pass to me? I need to see my please pass to me the photo to see my face. Yes, brother. Oh, okay. Okay. It's a good all wrong. Okay. We just, I think our master is okay. You see, the idea what? Of course, VTP, we need VTP first because VTP help us to do the VLAN very fast, right? Good. But we have a problem. If we do VTP first, how about domain name? Just now we say automatically, right? But how can to go automatically if you don't have a trunk? This is the problem. Because now just CCIE go to another switch, I mean domain name, go to another switch. Why? Because trunk work through the trunk. Okay? So means the big thing here, you need just finish a trunk first. Okay? I do trunk for all. After that I sit down to any switch, change domain name, everybody server to server, create VLAN in this switch. Okay? So I mean trunk, VTP, VLAN is a very shortcut. Okay? Now I just need to give you the idea here. We have a problem. Maybe you ask me now, I will be tired because when I do VLAN, the trunk to all, also difficult for me. I go to all switch. What the short time now? I go already to all. I give you another option for a trunk. They call what? DTP protocol. DTP protocol help you to do trunk in one side only. They do what? They do negotiation. Means no need to go to all. If you need to go trunk, I go here. I say switchboard mode trunk. This one it will be follow me. I don't need to go here. Switchboard mode trunk. This one. Switchboard mode trunk from here. I am here. This one trunk. This one trunk. This one trunk. I don't need to go here. I don't need to go here. I don't need to go here. Why? Because VTP is helping me. Dynamic trunk protocol. Dynamic trunk protocol. But just put this concept in your mind. Trunk, VTP, VLAN. This has really helped me a lot when I prepare CCIE because they ask you to do around 43 VLAN. If you go to all switch and do 43 VLAN, the time is gone. Just VLAN finish, I mean the time is gone. You will fail. Only one task only. They need to create 43 VLAN. So what to do? Of course, you have to follow the short way, trunk, VTP, then VLAN at the end you can do. And when you switch, then immediately to all your network, it will be deployed. So this is just the idea for the VTP. Finally, before go to STP, we have another mode they call transparent. Just now, how many mode we have? Client, server, config T, VTP, mode, question mark. We have what? We have a client, server, and transparent. Transparent mean what? All the configuration inside this switch, transparent, he never shared with the client, he never shared with the server. He have a own configuration. He don't need to follow anyone. Okay? What the scenario? I need VTP. For example, your client here, your server here. There is some switch in the middle here. It's not your responsibility. Here ISP. Okay? ISP or some switch not under your controller. So what to do? This one he will do transparent. He will forward the request from here to server and he will forward the end traffic from here. This is they call what? Transparent. So means a transparent like a bridge can work between server and the client sometimes. And transparent is very, very good for some new technology, very, very interesting. They call a private VLAN. Private VLAN. You can search it through the internet for this. This is wonderful technology. Private VLAN. Help you to make the broadcast almost zero. Make the broadcast within one VLAN almost zero. Okay, so if you need some information, I can pass to you the slide for private VLAN. When you configure a private VLAN, you have to do what? You have to make your switch VTP mode transparent. Why? Because we changed something in VLAN. You don't need anybody to follow you. So of course you need to be transparent. You need to be transparent. This is just the idea for the VTP server and the client. Also, I will save this configure for you in this top. VTP. So we stop the